occasion. Let's hope for a tasty one today. Let's give you the team news then. Leicester City making 4 changes, and there's no James Maddison in the lineup today. He's got a slight hip injury, we're told. Into the team come Harvey Barnes, Jose Perez and Dennis Pratt. Yuri Tielemans is restored to the midfield, and dropping to the bench Kelechi Iheanacho, Papi Mendy and Damari Gray, and Ben Chilwell, the left back, of course. You'll have read about this, a possible target for Chelsea whenever the window reopens. As for Chelsea, they ring the changes with 6 alterations to the team which beat Manchester City on Thursday. 38-year-old Willy Caballero is back in goal, and there are starts for Tammy Abraham, Reece James, Emerson, Kurt Zouma, and the teenager Billy Gilmore, who made such a starring impression against Liverpool in the last round. Alongside me, socially distanced, of course, as always these days, Glenn Hoddle, who played in 4 FA Cup finals.
Hi, yeah. Well, we're looking at Leicester. I find that Brendan's made a few little tweaks up front there and in midfield, but for me, keeping that back 4 really solid. They're going to have to defend well against Chelsea today, and it's interesting that he's kept that back 4 with Schmeichel in there. As for Chelsea, really excited to see this midfield work with Conte in there, Gilmore and Mount. I think that's really going to be the key to whether Chelsea can take control of this game.
Chelsea in pretty hot form, 4 wins on the bounce for them. Jamie Vardy makes his first FA Cup appearance for 2 years. He scored in only 1 of the last 12 Leicester matches. And facing him today, his old title-winning teammate, N'Golo Conte. Before kick-off, a minute to reflect on those who have lost their lives during this terrible pandemic. Brendan Rodgers, by the way, seeking a first ever win over Chelsea as a manager. Remember, he used to be academy and reserve team coach at Stamford Bridge way back when. Frank Lampard, who in his past, he scored goals against a lot of teams, including a hat-trick against Leicester in a League Cup tie. And there will be the now familiar but still powerful image of players taking the knee in support of the Black Lives Matter campaign. Well, it's the teams in 3rd and 4th place in the Premier League. And Chelsea have been closing the gap since the restart on Leicester City, who haven't really been playing with the verve we were seeing earlier on in the season. Brendan Rodgers will want to return to form, and Leicester with Harvey Barnes on the attack already feeding Vardy, and then Barnes again, and that was promising early, Glenn.
Well, that was a great chance, wasn't it? They've come out of the traps really quick. They've pressed hard. Chelsea from the start, they went for them, and they win possession here. Why has he not hit it there? First time. Harvey Barnes had a great chance, a great opportunity to hit it first time there, and we could have been 1-0 up already, Leicester.
Barnes did score, in fact, in the league game we were talking about here, the 2-2 draw, which was a topsy-turvy affair. Soyuncu winning the header, and here's Yuri Tielemans, who's been in and out of the Leicester City side in more recent times. Mount picking it up for Chelsea, and then Reece James getting it away. Both the league games, in fact, between these two sides were drawn this season. Now then, Jose Perez. Barnes again with a rather heavy first touch, which allowed James in.
they've certainly started well, Leicester. They're really going to press Chelsea high up on the pitch. The back four are squeezing right up to the halfway line. They're saying in this first 10 minutes, let's really get at Chelsea and see what they're made of. Here's the chance again. He plays a little 1-2, gets it. There's the opportunity to hit it left foot, but wants to take it on, and the ball runs away from him.
Willy Caballero, who did have a little spell in the Premier League team when Frank Lampard was not happy with the form of Kepa Arrizabalaga. Mistakes by Chelsea, and Ndidi. Barnes, Vardy's on the far post. Caballero got a hand to it, just a hand, and Chelsea have made a shaky start here.
But they keep winning the ball back, Leicester. Every time the ball's come forward, they've won the first ball, they've got to the second ball, and they've put in another decent attack there. And Chelsea have really look a bit sleepy here in the back four. There's no communication, no one going with runners, and they keep giving the ball away.
Leicester City, of course, who sparked worldwide imagination with their surprise title win. And now they're hunting a first ever victory in the FA Cup final, having lost 4 times at Wembley in their history. Chilwell on the ball. Fast start by Leicester, and they might easily have been ahead already. They certainly want to play a little better than they have since the restart, drawing at Watford amid the 2 late goals there, 2 great late goals, and the draw against Brighton in midweek when they were indebted to Kasper Schmeichel to save a penalty, which at least gave them a point from it. Back by Rudiger, but Caballero under spot of pressure. High press from Chilwell, who is linked heavily with a move to Chelsea.
Yeah, there's a lovely little run here from Vardy. That's what he's going to do all day long. Get in between the 2 defenders and make runs from there. And he's willing to run, and they've just got to get that ball, purvey that ball in behind him. And they've been in now 3 or 4 times in the last, when only started 5 minutes.
Pratt, who started all Leicester's games in the FA Cup so far. On the route, they've knocked out 3 teams from the Championship: Wigan, Brentford and Birmingham. And here's Tielemans. Rudiger strong.
Yeah, good run from Tielemans into the box, but Rudiger here, look, just shows his strength, just eases the ball out and the player out and just protects the ball, gets the goal kick.
And with lots to say to his fellow defenders as well. Rudiger had a wonderful game here. His only 2 goals this season, and they were brilliant headers in the 2-2 draw.
This little free kick that they've got, Chelsea, is the first time they've entered into Leicester's half, really, with any possession. And they need the ball in the opponent's half. At the moment, they're on the back foot.
Willian, one of those who keeps his place from the other night against Manchester City. Of course, he scored that magnificent penalty into the roof of the net to give Chelsea the win, and Leicester the title on the night. Liverpool the title, I should say, on the night. There's a lot of wind around this stadium. It's a quite chilly day, considering we're in late June. Supposed to have been in the middle of the European Championships now. As it is, we're at the quarter-final stage of the FA Cup, an FA Cup that at one stage you'd have thought might not have been completed this season, but it is going to be. Now then, Perez. Vardy starts a run. Barnes joins in. Was quick enough to get to the ball, couldn't keep it in play though.
Yeah, Perez just found himself in a lovely little position in behind Chelsea's defence here. Look at the space he's in, but just hesitation, really. Didn't know where to play it, and in the end, it's Kante that plays the pass to Barnes. But again, a little bit sloppy from Chelsea's point of view. Must have got to get tighter in there.
Here's Emerson, who hasn't played since January. He's been out of favour. Wasn't even on the bench the other night, the left back. No Alonso today. It's all Leicester early on. And here's Harvey Barnes again. Trying to pick up Chilwell, scorer of Leicester's only goal so far since the restart, but quite a goal it was at Vicarage Road. Abraham.
There's better play from the big centre forward there. Just draws the foul, tries to go around Tielemans, and rightly so, he gets dragged back. But they need some possession, Chelsea.
Abraham saying in midweek that he does relish the battle for his place. Olivier Giroud's been preferred to him in the league matches more recently. And of course, Timo Werner is on his way for next season. The prolific German striker who can play wide on the left too. Chelsea also have signed Hakim Ziyech from Ajax. They're busy.
Yeah, they're busy with quality. Two quality players they are coming in, and you would think that Frank might want to look at the defensive side as well, bring in a defender also, and he'll feel he'll have a great squad for next season.
The American Pulisic, scorer of the first goal against Manchester City, kept his composure superbly to tuck that one away. That was his first start in a long time as well. He'd been injured before the suspension of the league since New Year's Day. James. One of 8 academy products of Chelsea who've been given first-team debuts this season by Frank Lampard. That is a record for any one season at the club. Chilwell up into that blustery wind. And the former Newcastle man, Jose Perez, getting his first start since the resumption of activities. Barnes much involved early on, but all the players, of course, are just seeking full sharpness still, you sense.
Yeah, I think most of the games we've seen, the first half has really been strange, because the tempo hasn't been anywhere near as good as the most second halves. Goals come in the second halves as well, so it's strange. You'd have thought the other way around. People would have got more fatigue. Maybe it's the amount of subs that can come on that keeps the intensity of the game up in the second half.
Here's Emerson. Billy Gilmore was an overnight sensation, really, with that performance against Liverpool in the previous round. Rave reviews. Getting another opportunity here to shine. Here he is on the ball now, the young Scot. Mason Mount in picture, who's played more games than any other Chelsea player this season. I was quite surprised to learn that. And what is his Premier League debut campaign? By Kurt Zuma, who was a fixture in the team in the earlier part of the season, but has been displaced in more recent times in the Premier League team, with Christensen getting the place. Now then, Abraham to chase one in behind here in a race with Soyuncu, but no problems for Kasper Schmeichel.
Yeah, that's a little option that Chelsea have when Abraham is in the side. When Giroud's in there, it's a build-up to Giroud, but they can send that ball over the top and turn the back four of Leicester.
Chelsea 8 times winners of the FA Cup. And Frank Lampard played in 4 of those in 2007, 2009, 2010 and 2012. Tielemans slid down the line by the Belgian. He'll be wanting that old verve back, Brendan Rodgers, with Leicester. They've only won 2 of their last 10 games, and they've got clubs now breathing down their neck in that race for a Champions League spot next season. Vardy just forced Perez, Justin rather a little wider than he would have wanted. Now Pratt. Johnny Evans, who's been a fantastic signing for Leicester. Free kick's going to be given.
Yeah, looked a little bit late there from Reece James. I don't know if he slipped as he's come in to close Barnes down. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I think he slips really. Makes the foul, and it's a dangerous position here if they get this right. Leicester, there's space in between that keeper and the 18-yard box where Chelsea will have to hold that line.
Chilwell to curl one, and Didi with the header, but straight at Caballero. Well, a yard either side, that might have been interesting from Wilfred Ndidi, who did score in the 1-1 draw against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, from Chelsea's point of view, it's a bit alarming that he had so much space there. I thought he was going to be deemed offside, but he looked round and there was a defender playing him on. There was too much space. No white shirt went back with him. They've got to get that tightened up a little bit.
Pratt. And James Justin, who's going to get a long run, you'd think, at the right back position, with Ricardo Pereira probably out with his cruciate injury till October, they say. That's a big miss for Leicester City. And it's a big chance for Justin, who was playing in League Two a couple of seasons ago. 2 promotions with Luton Town for him. Can play as a centre-back or a left-back as well, and sometimes even in midfield too, so he's a versatile character to have around. And that was a painful one for Pulisic.
I think he just tries to win the ball here. He's won it there, just comes in there. I think he knows Chilwell is coming, and he doesn't play the ball, does he? In the end, I think it was a foul. Wasn't sure at the beginning, but no way Chilwell won the ball.
Mike Dean gives the free kick. James to deliver it. No problem. And that was the goal. I noticed Rudiger came up. That was where he scored the 2 brilliant headers in the league game at that end of the ground. This would be a really seething atmosphere in here, wouldn't it? With the Leicester fans sensing the possibility of getting to an FA Cup final maybe this season.
Yeah, they really get it going here, don't they, at home, Leicester? But is it the clappers they have, and the atmosphere here is fantastic normally. And I think Leicester, the team out there, are going to miss them. There's no doubt about it. Some clubs are going to find it harder than others.
Yeah, I think that's true. You noticed it really driving up as well today, even on the motorway. You stop for a coffee at a service station, and no Chelsea fans on their way up, which you'd normally get, of course, for a game as big as this. James Maddison not involved today. The word is it's a minor hip injury that he has, so they'll be hoping they can have him fit for the game against Everton coming up in midweek. Mount's done well. Conte spreads the play for Emerson. Rudiger helps it forward to Mason Mount. Now Gilmour. Particularly gratifying, I think, for Chelsea fans to see their team doing so well this season with so many of the home-produced youngsters around. Conte's missed out there to Ndidi, and then Perez, good so far. Pratt with the ball in, just too far ahead of both Barnes and Vardy.
Yeah, Vardy's putting his thumb up there. He knows if he goes to that back post, he might have actually got it. I don't think he was expecting such a good delivery. But again, Leicester win the ball in the middle third in that midfield position. They break quickly, and Pratt, that's a decent ball. I think if Vardy's on his toes, he's diving header there for him. Good play again from Leicester.
First time Vardy's played in the FA Cup for Leicester since the quarter-final against Chelsea 2 years ago. Chelsea won that here by 2-1. And in fact, Leicester have never, ever beaten Chelsea when the two teams have been drawn together in the FA Cup. Or the League Cup, for that matter. Now that's history, and this is now. Here's Ndidi. Emerson tries to make progress. Justin in the way. Gilmour's pass intercepted by Tielemans. This is possibilities here, and Caballero stretched into the save.
Yes, Chelsea giving the ball away again. I think it's the young boy Gilmour. He tries a really difficult pass actually with a volley there, but Tielemans is quick to it, intercepts, just doesn't quite catch it, does he? It's not bad, but Caballero taking no risk, just taps it away for the corner. But better Leicester, and getting better and better, and Chelsea really haven't started.
Tielemans trying to mark his 50th Leicester appearance with a goal there, and it's he who takes the corner. That one goes up into the seats. No one to fetch it. There are no ball boys around. It's just a new disinfected ball, which are left on plinths around the ground. Get a corner in, Caballero with a punch away. Conte was brilliant in that title-winning season for Leicester. Well, there's a loose one from Emerson, and Vardy nearly onto it. Zuma just about rescued the situation.
Well, they've been so sloppy, Chelsea, here in this first 20 minutes. They really have. At this back four, the ball that Zuma played out here to Emerson was really difficult for him, and he's knocked it back nonchalantly, and there's nearly another chance for Leicester. They've got to tighten up.
It is a much changed team, and that is showing a bit here. They've been dicing with danger, Chelsea, from the word go. But here's Willian. Haven't got Pulisic into the game much. Here he is now, though. Easily away by Chilwell.
That's a nice little overlap from Emerson. Just pulls two players, Leicester players, away and allows the space to come in. But Chelsea have got to get more ball, more possession in Leicester's half. They haven't really opened Leicester up at all.
Here's Willian. Contract extension agreed with him and indeed Pedro, so that they can complete the season before they go off to wherever in the new campaign. Pulisic under a bit of pressure. Did okay though, and it's fallen for him again. It's a miscue by Caballero. And back by Gilmour. He says he learned to play the game with his granddad in the park. Nice story.
I remember those days, Ian.
Yeah.
Long time ago now, though.
Yellow card for Soyuncu, which means he will miss the semi-final if Leicester do get through today. And it is time for the drinks break now. Even though it's a pretty cold day, gives me a chance to tell you about games coming up on BT Sport. Wednesday at 5:30. Arsenal, who've gone through to the semi-final today in a dramatic win at Sheffield United. They'll be at home to Norwich City. On Saturday at noon, we'll have Norwich again. They really need some wins, and they're at home to Brighton, who've started pretty well since the restart. That one from Carrow Road from noon on Saturday. And that'll be followed at 2:30 by Manchester United playing Bournemouth. Manchester United on the charge and also through to the FA Cup semi-finals. And the Champions League, by the way, resumes on August the 7th. It'll be only on BT Sport. You can see every game. Among those games, Manchester City in their second leg with a 2-1 lead over Real Madrid. And Bayern Munich playing Chelsea, but Chelsea with a lot of work to do there because Bayern won 3-0 at the Bridge way back when. Those games due to be played in Lisbon between the 12th and the 23rd of August, the final kind of tournament from the quarter-final stage onwards. And there is a little bit of concern we have to report in this particular area of Leicester today, where there has been a new spike of cases and talk of maybe a local lockdown. Well, this game does go ahead, but it's obviously a situation of some concern to the medical chiefs in this area. Do you like the drinks break idea, Glenn?
I think the managers do. It's like a timeout for them. They can get there. It's not really used today for liquids for the heat. Maybe it's hot bovril they were drinking there. I don't know, but it gives the managers a chance to really get a few things across. And I think I was watching Frank Lampard there. He's not happy, and rightly so. This Chelsea side have not come out with their heads on. They've got to improve this performance.
Yeah, it can be bad news if a team's got quite a lot of momentum in the game to have to break off, and then it's almost like a reset, isn't it? Which wasn't the original idea, of course. It's all to do with the fact we're playing in summer temperatures. Has been suggested, I've seen in some quarters, that really a decision should be taken on a match-by-match basis about whether it's necessary. I don't think that's going to happen. I think everything's pretty set in stone, and to be fair, there's been some meticulous and brilliant preparation really to get football going again. Here's Gilmour. Willian. Here's Emerson. Chelsea trying to find their rhythm, really, in this game. I think Frank Lampard will be quite happy that they haven't been punished for the sloppy start that they made in the opening 20 minutes or so. And they'll always feel they have goals in them. Certainly on a very useful run of form just at the moment. Beaten Liverpool and Manchester City in this 4-game run. Soyuncu, no problems at all for Leicester there.
There's a good little run from Mason Mount. You watch him here, just as it goes wide, he makes a lovely little run. There's space there, but the ball was just overcooked from Willian. That's better from Chelsea, though. A little bit of build-up play, change of play, and runners off him. It's they're beginning to improve in this game, but you just feel Leicester might rue the fact that they didn't take any of those chances early on.
Goals have dried up a little bit, though, for Leicester. They've failed to score in 4 of their last 7 games at the moment, which is surprising, really, when you considering what a threat they were looking earlier on in the campaign. Zuma on Perez. The new look Mike Dean. Real longevity for him as a referee. He was in charge of the final as long ago as 2008. Chilwell to drift it. Johnny Evans is there. Big chance. And he'll be thinking he should have put that away.
Again, the free kick comes in, and there's not a white shirt there in a defensive position. Evans has got goal side. He's got to get a better header on there. It's a lovely flighted ball from Chilwell, and he's got to get a better header than that at goals. I think he's there. He's not really. He's got goal side. Rudiger's caught out. Tries to. I don't know. He tries to get some power from there. Maybe a better little glancing header, but again, poor defending from Chelsea.
Big chance. I wonder whether Leicester are going to pay for these misses. There's Johnny Evans. And despite all his success at Manchester United, never did win the FA Cup with them. Reached 2 semis. One feature since the restart has been how few goals there have been in the first half of matches. Any explanation for that, Glenn?
Well, it might be, as I said, the amount of, you know, if a team's making 5 subs or 4 subs in the second half, you know, the game completely changes. There's new energy on the pitch, so it might be a case of there's more goals in the second half for that reason.
Here's Emerson. Now Mount. Good move here, Pulisic, and that's a fantastic save by Schmeichel. That was travelling, and he got a wrist to it, and that made the difference.
Well, it's a wonderful save, it really is. It's a lovely bit of football there. Nice little first-time pass in. Pulisic has gone for power, and it's right above Schmeichel, and reactions are brilliant, absolutely brilliant, to get his hand up and just tap that over the top. I thought for a minute that Pulisic might have gone for the corners, picked out an inside of the foot, but no, he went for power, and it was a hell of a save from Schmeichel.
Because that was going at the speed of sound. A very strong wrist from Kasper Schmeichel. He comes for that one. Rudiger with the header. Bit of pushing, I think, and shoving, and it's going to be a free kick to Leicester City. I think Kasper Schmeichel was saying that during the lockdown he was having guitar and singing lessons. He's still quite a good goalkeeper as well.
Don't think he's going on tour yet.
Not yet. Might come a chance. Meanwhile, Barnes here. Oh, that's again very wasteful indeed from Leicester.
Well, it's another decent chance, isn't it? They're in the inside left position. They keep getting in there. And ball ricochets there. It's a lovely first touch. Now he's got to go across goals. He's not really gone for anything. He's just been happy to hit it. He's got to get yourself, steady yourself down here and go across the goal. If the keeper makes a save, you might have a teammate waiting to have a tap in.
Frank Lampard did actually get a winner here late in his career for Manchester City, as well as his Chelsea hat-trick against Leicester. Tielemans' little flick, here's Perez. There's Johnny Evans. Conditions out there not the easiest. It is blustery. You surprised Chelsea made as many changes as they did today? 6, with well, a couple of hurdles away from the FA Cup final.
Yeah, I'm surprised they've made them all in the back 4. You know, there's only Rudiger that stayed in there. That's a lot. 3 new players in there is a lot. And you look at Leicester, they've kept that back 4 together.
It's a good ball from Justin. Perez cut back, and that was Gilmour back defending. Flag went straight up there. It'll be a Chelsea free kick. Somebody straight offside. That's how it has to be when you're a substitute these days in this otherwise deserted stadium. Nine substitutes are listed. You'd be a little bit worried if you were a player if you weren't in the 20, wouldn't you? It's happened to a few of them. Here's Zuma. There'll be a free kick. Reece James to Willian. Back to Conte. Now Billy Gilmour. Pulisic. Lovely little spin from him in behind. And came into a blue wall.
Yeah, it was a lovely first touch from Pulisic. He really was, but Justin stayed with him and makes a great sliding tackle in the end and wins possession for his club. There you go, look, lovely little, timed it perfect. Abraham comes back and fouls the young man, and he gets a free kick. But it was good defensive play, it really was.
Zuma. Chelsea have made it through to the FA Cup final in 8 of the 20 finals we've had this century so far. They and Arsenal really have been the 2 most successful teams this century in the FA Cup. It's surprising with all the changes you get in teams these days. It's still generally big 6 teams who win the FA Cup. Exceptions this century being Wigan Athletic in 2013 and Portsmouth in 2008. towards Tammy Abraham. Away by Justin for Leicester City, who've had the opportunities to have taken the lead here, but they haven't been taken.
Yeah, that'd be a worrying fact for Brendan Rodgers. They've dictated the play, they've had most of possession, they've created some chances, and really should be 2 or 3 up, actually, if they take half of them.
Barnes, clever little ball off the outside of the boot for Chilwell, who was looking to drive one in low for Vardy. Will be a corner.
Again, they get down that left-hand side, keep getting in behind James and in between Rudiger. This time they force a corner, but really a concern for Chelsea, that.
Leicester looking to become the first home winners in the FA Cup quarter-finals. 2 late away wins so far we've had. Tielemans. Couldn't quite work that with Chilwell. It was a good idea, but William was in the way. Both these teams in the league will be a little bit worried about the progress Wolves have been making since the restart. 9 points out of 9. Another win yesterday. Now then, Vardy. Can only be a matter of time before Vardy does start scoring again. And here he is on the ball now. And Gilmour was there to nick it away.
Well, he made up for his error, didn't he? Yeah, he did really well, the young kid, because he gave the ball away again in a dangerous position, but made sure he recovered. Won it back for Chelsea.
James with the attempted back-heeled clearance. Billy Gilmour has turned 19 since his starring role against Liverpool. He was picked for the next Premier League game after that, wasn't he, against Everton as well, which Chelsea won handsomely. A little bit sloppy, picked up by Tammy Abraham. Here's Pulisic. He loves nothing better than to run with the ball at defenders. Pratt it was. He's hooked that away. It's coming back again though with Emerson. It's a loose one really from Gilmour. Perez, run for Vardy to chase, but he's quick, but not that quick.
Oh, it was a good opportunity there to just slide him down the side. Perez was trying to put him in on goal, but it was a ball that was really down the side, and he was left 1v1.
Leicester haven't got to the semi-finals since 1982, when they were beaten by a Tottenham Hotspur team which included you, Glenn.
Yes, remember it well. It was at Villa Park, I believe.
Won the FA Cup that year.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Semis are only great though if you win the game. I think it's, you know, semi-finals are the worst to lose, isn't it?
Here's Dennis Pratt. Pratt again, looking to get Jose Perez in, but N'Golo Conte was doing all the covering.
You see Conte there playing in that deeper role again today, and he just tracks runners and did a brilliant job there.
It's the first time they've used him in the FA Cup this season, Conte.
Yeah, he played in the week against City in that deeper role, and I think that's where he's best for me. Frank, I know I've played him as an 8, really getting forward a little bit more, but for me, he's the best holding player in the world.
Because it was Danny Drinkwater he was alongside in Leicester's title-winning year. There's Rudiger. They did miss him when he was injured in the earlier part of the season. Chelsea have tightened up a bit. I think some of their earlier games before Christmas occasionally resembled basketball matches.
Yeah, they were very open, weren't they? But they seem to have got a little bit tighter. But today, this back four, I'd be alarmed if I was Frank Lampard today, because I'm seeing players that are not really at it at the moment.
The final is due to be early August this year. A strange, almost surreal, well, and tragic year. Best chance of the game so far.
Yeah, it was a lovely strike, wasn't it? But what a save from Schmeichel. It really was. I know it's just above him, but in slow motion, you can't really see how quick it was going in real terms. It was a fantastic save. It really was. Good reactional save.
Making his 371st Leicester appearance today. One of the survivors of the title-winning season.
Yeah, you see Barnes just tugging at Rudiger there, but another player that wants to get in behind. You've got Vardy looking to go in behind, and Barnes out on that left-hand side. They've got the pace, and if they can just pick the right pass to get in behind this Chelsea back four, they'll be in.
Shot of Ross Barkley was in the starting lineup in midweek against Manchester City.
There you go.
Now then, Vardy is in behind here. This is his kind of territory. And it was always bobbling wide.
Yeah, he never looked comfortable, but that's what he's looking to do. As soon as they win the ball, they look, he's off. He's in between the two centre-backs. Nobody's picking him up, but they don't know which one's going to pick him up. But just his first touch took him away from the goal there. Just hit his shoulder, actually. As soon as it went away, he never looked comfortable, and didn't catch it at all right with his left foot. Not so strong one, but can see what he wants to do. As soon as Leicester win the ball in midfield, bang, he's in behind, making them runs. He looks sharp.
His only goal since Christmas, 2 as a substitute in a 4-0 winner against Aston Villa. Just one of those periods that strikers go through, but he's the type you know is going to bounce back.
Well, his start-off position is brilliant because he's not up against either defender. They're not sure which one's marking him. He's always running from in between them. He gets in between and then he goes, and you know, it's very difficult to pick him up then.
We'll hear from Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole and Robbie Savage at half-time with their views on a game which should have had goals so far but hasn't. In the chances for it. Remember, it has to be settled today. No replay. Another corner. They've had a few, Leicester. Johnny Evans, a particular threat you'd feel if they could find his head. Well, that goes a long way. And off for yet another one. Yeah. But there isn't time to take it. That's half-time. A sloppy start by Chelsea, which they could have paid for, but didn't. But really, the closest either side came was that powerful shot from Pulisic, which seemed to be on its way, but a brilliant save, really, from Schmeichel, because he was really travelling. He got a strong wrist to it, And that has kept Leicester level at half-time in this FA Cup quarter-final. Leicester City 0.